Have you ever felt like life is testing you? I mean, really testing you. Think about it for a second. You finally decide to go for that promotion, and suddenly, a wave of imposter syndrome hits. You commit to a healthier lifestyle, and then a stressful event triggers all your old habits. It can feel frustrating, like the universe is putting up roadblocks just for you. But what if I told you that these tests aren't a sign you're on the wrong path? What if they're actually proof that you're on the right one? That the universe, or your own deeper psyche, is strengthening you for the new reality you're trying to create. The brilliant psychologist Carl Jung would say that's exactly what's happening. He discovered that profound personal change requires a journey into the deepest parts of ourselves. And that journey, it's filled with challenges designed not to break us, but to make us whole. So, let's have a conversation. Let's explore these timeless psychological principles and uncover what it really takes to transform your reality. Part 1. Understanding your inner world. The conscious versus unconscious mind. Before we can understand the tests, we need to understand the terrain. Jung gave us a powerful map of the human psyche, and it starts with two main realms. First, you have your conscious mind. This is the you you're familiar with. It's the voice in your head planning your day, making decisions, and listening to this video right now. It's logical, it's focused, and it's essential for navigating daily life. It's the captain of your ship. But beneath the surface, that's where things get really interesting. Jung said the conscious mind is just the tip of a massive iceberg. The vast, hidden part below the water is your unconscious mind. This is the realm of your dreams, your forgotten memories, your gut instincts, and your deepest potentials, stuff you're not directly aware of, but that influences everything you do. This is the engine room of your ship. The captain might be steering, but it's the engineers below who control the power. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a strong emotional reaction to something that seemed out of proportion? Or maybe you keep repeating a pattern in relationships or at work that you can't seem to break. That's often your unconscious mind, sending up a signal. It's trying to get the captain's attention. Jung split the unconscious into two parts. Your personal unconscious. This is your private storage locker, filled with everything from your past that was too painful or confusing to deal with, childhood wounds, suppressed emotions, forgotten dreams. The collective unconscious. This is even deeper. It's the shared psychological inheritance of all humanity, containing universal patterns and stories, the hero, the wise elder, the trickster, that appear in myths and dreams across all cultures. Here's the key takeaway. Lasting change happens when the conscious and unconscious start to work together. If you live only on the surface, in your conscious mind, you might look successful, but you can feel empty inside. The universe's first test is that feeling of discontent. It's your unconscious calling out, asking to be heard. Your challenge this week. I want you to pay attention to your dreams or those random, intrusive thoughts. Just jot them down without judgment. You're starting to listen to the engine room. This is the first step toward inner peace and self-awareness. Part 2. Facing your shadow self. How to integrate your dark side. Okay, so you've decided to listen to that call from within. You're peeking below the deck. The first and most crucial figure you'll meet on this inner work journey is your shadow self. Your shadow is everything you don't want to be. It's the parts of yourself you repress and deny, the jealousy, the anger, the selfishness, the neediness. But it's not all negative. It can also contain hidden positive talents, like creativity or leadership, that you were shamed for as a child. Think about this. Is there someone who just irritates you for no clear reason? Often, they're mirroring a disowned part of your own shadow. Or have you ever snapped at a loved one and thought, where did that come from? That was your shadow, hijacking your behavior. The universe tests you by putting these mirrors in front of you. The test isn't about defeating the other person. The test is, will you have the courage to see the reflection? Will you blame the world? Or will you turn inward and ask, what does this reaction say about a part of me I haven't accepted? Confronting your shadow work is uncomfortable. It's humbling. But here's the beautiful secret. When you bring light to your shadow, you rob it of its power. You integrate it. This doesn't mean you act out your dark side. It means you acknowledge it. And in doing so, you gain control. You become more whole, more authentic, and surprisingly, more compassionate towards others because you realize everyone is fighting a similar battle. Your challenge this week: identify one person who triggers you. Instead of focusing on their flaws, ask yourself, what quality in them bothers me most? Do I see a hint of that in myself? This simple question can be a revolutionary act of self-discovery. Part 3. The persona trap. Are you wearing a social mask? Now, while the shadow is what we hide, the persona is the mask we wear to be accepted. The word literally means mask from ancient Greek theater. It's the you at work, the you on social media, the you at a family gathering. It's your social identity. And listen, having a persona is healthy. We need it to function. The problem starts when you fall asleep and forget you're wearing the mask. You start to believe you are the successful executive, the perfect parent, the always happy friend. This is where imposter syndrome and midlife crises are born. Let me ask you, when you're alone, after a long day of performing, do you ever feel a sense of emptiness? Like you're not quite sure who you are without your titles and roles? That's the gap between your persona and your true self. The universe tests your persona by creating situations where the mask cracks. You might fail publicly, receive unexpected criticism, or feel burnt out from keeping up appearances. These aren't punishments, they're wake-up calls. The test is, will you try to patch the mask, or will you see this as an opportunity to discover the real face underneath? The goal of personal growth isn't to destroy the persona. It's to wear it lightly. To know it's a useful tool, but not your identity. This is how you move from a life of performance to a life of authentic living. Part 4. Jungian Archetypes, the hidden guides in your psyche. Beyond the personal layers of the mind, Jung discovered universal blueprints for human experience that he called archetypes. These are the recurring characters in the story of your soul. Understanding them is like getting a user manual for your psyche. Let's meet a few key players. The hero, heroine. This is your inner courage. It's the part that says, I can face this challenge. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you're channeling the hero. The wise sage. This is your intuition and deep wisdom. It's that gut feeling or moment of clarity. When you're stuck, you can ask, what would my inner sage do? The Great Mother. This archetype embodies nurturing and compassion. It's your capacity for empathy and unconditional care. The universe tests you by activating these archetypes. A difficult project at work is a call to your inner hero. A period of confusion is an invitation to consult your inner sage. The test is whether you recognize the archetypal pattern at play. Are you just having a bad day, or are you in the middle of a classic heroic ordeal? When you see your life through this lens, it becomes a meaningful adventure. You're not just a victim of circumstance. You're a participant in a timeless story of personal transformation. Part 5. The Individuation Process. Your path to becoming whole. All right, we've met the key players. Now, let's talk about the ultimate goal, individuation. This is Jung's term for the process of becoming your true, whole, indivisible self. It's the journey of integrating your conscious mind, your shadow, your persona, and the archetypes. This is the master blueprint behind all of the universe's tests. The challenges, the crises, the moments of joy and despair, they are all part of this curriculum designed to make you you. It often starts when the achievements of the first half of life feel empty. This midlife crisis is actually a spiritual awakening. It's your deeper self saying, okay, you've built a life for the mask. Now, what about the real you? The tests throughout this process are designed to break down your old structures so something new and more authentic can emerge. That painful breakup. It might be dismantling your illusion of love to make room for a real connection. That career setback. It might be the death of an old identity, making way for your true calling. The test is always, will I resist this change, or will I trust the process? Passing the test means surrendering control and aligning with your deeper purpose. This is the secret to manifesting a new reality. It's not about forcing things, but about becoming the person who is ready for that reality. Part 6. Balancing Opposites, the Wisdom of Yin and Yang. A huge part of becoming whole is learning to hold opposites. Jung was fascinated by the concept of yin and yang. Life is full of them, work and rest, strength and vulnerability, logic and intuition. Our society often tells us to pick a side. Be strong, not weak. But Jung said true wholeness comes from embracing both. The universe tests you by pushing you toward your opposite. If you've been too rigid, it will send you into chaos to teach flexibility. If you've been too passive, it will force you to take a stand. Here's a question for you. Where in your life are you feeling out of balance? Are you all work and no play? All giving and no receiving? The goal isn't a bland compromise, but a creative fusion. From the tension between work and rest can emerge a concept of purposeful play. Holding these opposites is the key to inner balance and a life that feels fluid and creative, rather than a constant battle. Your challenge: identify one area of your life where you feel extreme. See if you can consciously invite in a little of its opposite this week. If you're always working, schedule 30 minutes of pure, guilt-free relaxation. Notice how it feels. Part 7. The spiritual meaning of midlife and aging. Finally, let's talk about the ultimate arc of this journey, aging and spiritual growth. Jung saw midlife and beyond not as a decline, but as a critical shift from an outward focus to an inward one. The first half of life is about building your ego and persona, your career, your family, your social standing. But round 40 or so, a question begins to whisper, is this all there is? This isn't a crisis, it's an invitation. An invitation to stop living for the world and start living for your soul. The universe's test in this stage is about letting go. Can you let go of the need for external validation? Can you accept the natural cycle of life and death and find the profound spiritual riches that come with wisdom and authenticity? This is where the journey of individuation reaches its peak. It's about becoming an elder not just in age, but in spirit. Someone who has integrated their experiences and operates from a place of deep, unshakable self-awareness. If this conversation about transforming your life from the inside out has sparked something in you, then you're exactly who I make these videos for. This is just the beginning of the conversation. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these concepts, the shadow, the persona, or the archetypes, resonates most with you right now? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights inspire our entire community. And if you want to continue this journey of self-discovery together, please subscribe to the channel. I create deep dive content like this every week to help us all understand ourselves a little better. Thank you for watching. Remember, the universe tests you not to break you, but to awaken you. Have the courage to answer the call. I'll see you in the next video.